Maybe on the original one. Oh, here we go. Right off the face-off. Pezzetta and Hodgson dropped the gloves. Well, we said Hodgson all night trying to make his mark on the Senators lineup. Pezzetta doing the same.
Hodgson fined maximum for actions in Senators game. Good day, hockey fans, and welcome back to Across the NHL. Today we are diving into a story that has the hockey world talking, and it involves one of the league's younger talents finding himself in some hot water with the Department of Player Safety. Hayden Hodgson has been fined the maximum allowable amount under the collective bargaining agreement, coming in at $2,018.23, for his actions during a recent game against the Ottawa Senators. Now, before we break down what happened and what this means moving forward, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from around the league. Let us set the stage here. The incident in question occurred during what was already a chippy affair between these two teams. Tensions were running high throughout the contest, and as we have seen time and time again in this league, when emotions boil over, players sometimes make decisions they later regret. Hodgson found himself in exactly that situation, and the league has now made it clear that his actions crossed the line. The specific incident that drew the ire of the Department of Player Safety involved Hodgson engaging in what the league deemed unsportsmanlike conduct. While the exact details of the play have been scrutinized from every angle, what matters most here is that the league felt strongly enough about it to issue the maximum fine allowable without triggering a suspension. That threshold tells us something important about how the league viewed this particular incident. Now, let us talk about what $2,018.23 actually represents in the grand scheme of things. This is not just some random number pulled out of thin air. The collective bargaining agreement between the NHL and the NHL Players Association has specific provisions that govern supplemental discipline. The maximum fine that can be levied for on-ice incidents without triggering further proceedings is calculated based on a percentage of a player's daily salary, capped at a specific amount. For most players, especially those not on massive contracts, this works out to exactly $2,018.23. The fact that the league went straight to the maximum tells us a couple of things. First, they wanted to send a message. This was not a minor infraction or something that could be handled with a warning. Second, and perhaps more importantly, they determined that while the action warranted discipline, it did not quite rise to the level requiring a suspension. That is a crucial distinction, because a suspension would mean lost game checks and could potentially impact team performance during critical stretches of the season. For Hodgson personally, this serves as a significant reminder about maintaining composure in heated moments. The young forward has been working to establish himself at the NHL level, and incidents like this can create unwanted narratives around a player's reputation. Scouts, coaches, and general managers around the league take note of these things. While one fine certainly does not define a career, establishing a pattern of disciplinary issues can absolutely impact how teams view a player's value and reliability. From the Senators' perspective, they will undoubtedly be satisfied that the league took action. When incidents occur during games, teams want to see that the league is paying attention and willing to step in when necessary to maintain the integrity of competition. The Department of Player Safety has been under increased scrutiny in recent years to be more consistent and transparent in their decision-making process, and fines like this are part of that broader effort. What makes this particularly interesting is the timing. We are at a point in the season where every game matters and teams are jockeying for playoff position. The last thing any coach wants is to lose a player to suspension over something that could have been avoided. Hodgson managed to escape a suspension this time, but he will need to be extremely careful moving forward. The league has a well-documented history of coming down harder on players who become repeat offenders. Looking ahead, the question becomes whether this incident will have any lasting impact. Will opposing teams try to get under Hodgson's skin, knowing he has been disciplined before? Will referees keep a closer eye on his play in future games? These are the kinds of ripple effects that can emerge from situations like this, even when the immediate penalty seems relatively minor. For fans of the game, incidents like this serve as reminders of just how fast things can escalate on the ice. The speed of the game, combined with the physical nature of hockey, creates an environment where split-second decisions can lead to significant consequences. Players train their entire lives to compete at this level, But managing emotions in the heat of battle remains one of the most challenging aspects of professional sports. Thank you for watching Across the NHL. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below about whether you think this fine was appropriate or if the league should have taken stronger action. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.